for sure, but what I'm hearing today and what I feel like is probably true is that those girls, the ones that would have been, the at girlfriend level when I was in high school, they all already have so much attention, so much access to attention that it's hitting them in the lower parts of the brain, in the reptilian brainstem, and making them feel like I am very valuable. I'm a princess. I'm too good for these guys. I don't need to settle for this. I'm going to get on a plane, fly to Dubai or whatever. So in the 2010s, that's when those girls who got that first wave of blasting them with everyone's a princess, that's when they got on the dating market.
It's funny. In 2010, you know what app was created? Instagram.
I was going to say, yeah,
Instagram. It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Girls nowadays, bro, social media is scary. They got Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, of course, TikTok, and all this mission there, plus the options, bro. They got the world in their hands.
I couldn't picture being like a college student now or like a graduating senior in high school. Yeah. Like, like when I went to prom, right? All I have to worry about is the girls that are in my school, right? But now, like some dude from another high school across town can ask a girl to go to his prom via social media, right? And that's like something that wasn't a thing for us. Like we barely even had cell phones back then. If you did have a cell phone back in I graduated high school in 2008, you had what? A flip phone, a fucking Razor. Like there was no smartphones. So like now I can't even imagine the young men that have access to TikTok and Instagram, whatever. You're trying to get a prom date. It might be hard for you to even do that just in your high school. So, and then college, when I went to college, Instagram wasn't a thing yet. It was just starting to become a thing, but it wasn't like what it is now. So, things have changed significantly where I think young men nowadays, I feel for them, man. I think they're absolutely getting, they have way less options and it's way harder for them to meet a woman versus for us, right? Because we come from the same generation. We're millennials. These Gen Zers, these guys are cooked, man.
Bro, we spoke to one the other day. Nigga was special ed. It's tough out here, man.
Yeah, it's tough out here for these guys, bro.
They're getting crushed. And the Instagram filters too. Like I didn't really understand the filters until I started doing home math. Like I knew that there were filters, but I thought that they were subtle, and it'll turn a 5 into a 9. Like it's they post these pictures of themselves, these videos of themselves, and they get the reactions, and they think people actually like them that much. And it's like, no, it's just the fake thing that you put on top of you.
So what's funny about Instagram, right? Back in the day, I used to go on 3 dates a day, like for pretty much like a whole year, and it's all from Instagram. I would DM girls, talk for a little bit, and let's say I DM like 20 girls. Out of 20, maybe go on 10 dates. But from that, it's funny. I send them a DM, but I know off of just like options to help people operate, especially in Miami. They got other DMs from other guys too as well. So what's scary is that like these girls that were in my city pretty much would come see me. They see my homeboy and they see my other homeboy. So to me, it's like, and it's funny. They look a certain way on Instagram. They look like maybe like an 8 or 9. A person they're like a 7, 6 at best. Sorry, 7 at best. So I'm like, okay, this is what she's pushing out there as her actual picture, but it's not even her. But she's all these options. She's like, oh, I'm the queen. I'm the one because I got all these options. But reality speaking, she's portraying a fake persona online. Which it's funny, the thirst trap. But in person, she's like a 6. You know what I'm saying? So like to me, this whole thing on Instagram, bro, it push out there a marketplace of, I want to say, faulty products, and people fell for it. So it's what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot of deception. It's like people's brains cannot handle. There's a really great book that I always recommend to people. It's a very difficult book. Read it if you absolutely love reading. It's called In Over Our Heads by Robert Keegan, and it's pretty old. So like this is a very smart guy, obviously, and he wrote this a few decades ago, and it's about how modern life demands more of us than we actually have. Our brains can't handle the stimulation that we're getting. We evolved like in jungles, basically. We evolved in forests, and we would see every once in a while a bird and then run from a lion. And now today we're getting blasted with all this high intensity stimulation. It's all, you can sit in your bed and flip through all the hot girls and pictures of whatever exciting. This drawing that I brought out was an illustration I did for an old TikTok about how they don't understand. They can't understand because the girls' experience with the apps is so different from the guys' experience that when they complain and they say, oh, the apps suck, the girl says, you're just dumb. You're just not doing it right. And my suggestion is get that girl to write your profile for you and then use it and then have her see what her results are. And I actually did this with 3 different girls. I had them take my profile and I actually asked them, find a guy on the same app who you find is attractive, like from a different city, right? So there's no overlap. And then I would just take his picture, put it on my profile, and show her the difference between the results that I got. And they would all get really sad about it. And they would go, oh my God, I didn't know it was that bad.
Wow.
And yeah, they don't listen. Like, people don't listen to words. They listen to feelings. They listen to experiences. And the phones are giving us so many feelings and experiences that when you tell people words that conflict with it, they just reject it.
But Homaf, I just wondered, because after the feeling they feel after seeing that experiment, right? Do they actually care to make a change? Because I'd argue they don't give a fuck. But
no, not usually. Like the 3 girls that I did that experiment with, they were nice to me. They're friends of mine. But they didn't go beyond saying, oh, that sucks, I'm sorry. They didn't go change their lives. They still wanted the attention and still used the apps the same way, still did everything the same. But at least they recognized it. It's a step.
You know what's interesting? A guy named, I don't know if you're familiar with Alexander Grace. I think he's an Australian YouTuber.
Yeah, I know him.
We got to get him on the show too. I don't know how to reach him. But long story short, he had a girl run his Tinder profile.
Oh, I remember that guy.
And she was very optimistic, really excited, like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to get him so many girls. He's studying to become a psychologist. You know, he's not ugly. I'll be able to totally get women, right? And watching her struggle, right, using his Tinder profile and his pictures to get him a date was fucking, well, it was hilarious. But for her, it was extremely eye-opening as to what men deal with. And, you know, I've said this on a podcast, and a lot of people get angry at me for saying this, but I truly do believe that women lack empathy when it comes to the male experience.
For sure.
And, you know, they'll sit there and they'll say, oh, they'll say I'm sympathetic. But I'm like, well, you're not empathetic, though. You might feel sorry for the fact that it's hard for men to get dates, but you're not able to actually understand, because if you did understand, you wouldn't do half the shit that you do. But I don't think women really understand the male experience. And that girl going through that Tinder experience of running a man's profile, pretending to be him, struggling to get dates, struggling to get girls to respond, getting matched with 100 girls, but then not being able to close any of them or even get a phone number, or how some of them would just send one-word responses when she would spend her time to really send well-thought-out messages. Like, she would look at the girl's profile, find like something to comment on that wasn't sexual, on her hobbies or whatever, which is what women tell you to do all the time, right?
Yeah.
And she actually employed that strategy, and she was really frustrated and angry at how like the women didn't respond. She's like, what the fuck? And
yeah, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they respond to.
Yeah, it was so great to see. And dude, by the end of it, she was crying. At the end of the video, she was fucking crying. Like, I can't believe that this is what men go through. And yeah, it was really interesting if anyone hasn't seen it. But I don't know if you have an illustration that demonstrates that. But yeah, man, dating apps are cooked for men.
Yeah, I am looking for it. I know I have it. I'm just like, I don't know if you can see that I cut all my pictures up and I'm trying to organize them in a more effective way. But what's that?
That's great.
Hold on, real quick. Just from your findings, when do you think is the time women finally say, you know what? All right, I had my fun. It's a wrap. I need to find a guy because I messed up. When is that?
What do you think? What do I think the time is?
Yeah, like, for example, maybe what age, what time in their life?
I think it's as soon as they start to realize that they're not getting the same level of attention anymore. As soon as they start getting turned down by the kind of guys that they could easily get before, that's when they start saying, oh, I need a provider now. I did open this up to answer the last question. This is I don't know if you know this, Zones. It's like the centerpiece of what I do. It breaks down what women are looking for in men. There's 2 variables, and then what men are looking for in women, there's 1. It's just how much we like them. But women like the sexy stuff in guys, and then the money and supportive stuff in guys. So when you ask women what they want, they only answer this stuff. They only answer the support and the money and the love and the good guy things. And then guys will go do those things, and the girls don't like it, because when she was answering the question, she was thinking, I want all this stuff. I want this guy to do that. So there was an old video that I made. I think it's only on TikTok. I probably put it on YouTube too. But they are there's like a on the street interview, and they're asking a woman, do you want nice guys or bad boys? And she goes, oh, nice guys, definitely. And people ask me to, explain what that means. What it means is that she's been getting these guys, the guys who are only attractive and won't be nice to her. And it doesn't mean that she wants this guy, the guy who's nice but not attractive. It means she wants the guy who's nice and attractive. So she's been getting the attractive guys, and what she wants is the perfect man, instead of giving up the attraction to get some more of the niceness. They just don't understand that the difference between what they say they want and what they actually want.